Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is a game from the last round of the FIDE Grand Prix tournament in Mallorca. With the white pieces is French GM uh, Maxime Vachier Lagrave, and with the black pieces is Grandmaster Dmitri Jakovenko. So Vachier is the favorite. In this position here, this game is stemming from a Giuoco piano, and we see that the material is equal. However, Maxime has the bishop on the board, and we see Black's king is all the way in the corner over there. Um, so White has a slight advantage as White has some attacking chances. His rook is placed well for attack on this back rank here. His bishop is a strong piece, and Black also has some additional targets as far as weak pawns are concerned on f7, c7, and a5. Now, like I said, White has a slight advantage because um, Black has targets that he can attack in the White camp also. All right. This isolated pawn here on d4 as well as this pawn on a5. So after knight d2, move 29, Yakovenko started attacking the white weakness. So he attacks this a pawn with the rook, with the knight. Maxime plays h5, and Black has to be careful because White has chances of constructing a mating net, whereby a situation where Black can lose material due to the cramped position of his king. So, and this is an important point to remember for the rest of the game, because Maxime is going to be fixated by this idea of trapping this king. So knight h8. So now the knight is driven to extremely bad square. And now Maxime in turn attacks the a5 pawn. Knight takes a4. Now here's a critical point in the game. Maxime can just snatch this pawn right here, and say after knight takes a5, material remains equal, rook b5, attacking the a5 knight and the pawn at h5 at the same time. This could be met by rook e5, of course. And then perhaps the game can continue c5, blocking the protection of this knight right here. And then say knight c4, rook b1 check, king g2, and cd4. All right, and although Black is up a pawn in this position, White stands active and stands better due to the condition of the Black king and just the coordination of the white pieces just being better. This pawn is not going to live too long. So, for instance, after like rook d5, there's really no adequate way to hold it. So, for instance, let's just play rook d1. Let's say bishop b4, d3. Make some preliminary moves. King f3. Say f6, king e3. And you can see that the pawn is going to drop. And then with everything else being equal as far as numeric, numbers are concerned, White is going to be much better as Black's pieces are scattered and bad. So I think taking this pawn and eliminating this danger of this outside passer was the best way to go there. But I think that Maxime saw an opportunity to just to hop into e5 and just start harassing the black king. And with this pawn on h5, the cramped quarters of the king, he probably figured that he had better winning chances. So that's what he played, knight e5. So he left this pawn here, but he brought the knight to a strong square. And, he's just putting a lot of pressure in the position. He's not threatening to take this knight, but this is a very strong piece, and the only way black can really discharge it is by playing f6. So now knight b6 is played, and Jakovenko just simply prepares the march forward on this pawn here. Now bishop c5, a4. And now d5 from Maxime. So d5 is played, and the idea here, because if you notice the pawn is being given up, the idea here is that if knight takes d5 by Jakovenko, then knight d7 by Vachier Lagrave, and then what you have is these these checking scenarios here. Let's just play a random move just to illustrate. So here, if white can move again, knight f8, this forces the king into the range of fire from the rook. And now you have this check, king h7, and then checkmate. So that's the idea behind taking this pawn. Of course, if knight takes d5, of course, black doesn't have to make a dumb move like rook b8 here. Rook b2. But instead, he would have to play a move like g5 or something to create some space for his king. But then, he had the bishop coming here with this double attack here on this knight from the bishop and the rook. So then the only move is f6. And I'm not sure if white is winning here. I have to say knight takes f6. But it looks like a rough position. Knight f7 is forced. Rook e7, king g8. And it looks ugly. And white has at least a perpetual here. So this might not even be enough, but it looks dangerous at first glance. But anyway, that's the idea, is to play this this continuation here. Jakovenko just basically refused the whole idea by playing f6 and hitting the knight first. So now he plays the move knight c6. And now knight d7 is played. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d5 is possible here. I don't see, any real strong continuation for white. Possible is knight d4 and something like that, and then maybe knight f7. And then rook a8, just trying to get behind this pawn. But here black seems to be in the driver's seat to me. So anyway, he played knight d7, attacking this strong bishop here. Bishop went to d4. Rook b5, attacking this pawn, and x-raying, attacking the other pawn if it moves. Knight d8. And again, Vachier Lagrave is still fixated on this attack against the king over here. But there's unfortunately for him, there is no real attack here. And after that move is doomsday because now the knight is pinned to the rook here. So this kind of like deactivates both pieces. The knight can't move and the rook can't come out. Um, because a piece will be lost. And now Vachier plays bishop e2, and then that's to try to free the piece. And last bit of desperation here. After rook takes b2, knight c6. Of course, to magically play this move. Of course, rooks don't move like knights. So a3, rook e7. Again, that's the last gasp for Maxime. Beautiful move, just giving the piece back. Rook takes f7, a2, check, and now there is no mate because the knight has been given back. Rook takes d7, queen. Of course, Maxime could resign, but he played on for another move, and after queen e1, Maxime resigned. So good effort by Jakovenko, just taking advantage of Maxime probably over pressing. He probably wanted to win, and again, it looked like he had a decent attacking chances, but he just didn't have enough. Again, I showed that the most that he did have was probably a draw by perpetual. So Jakovenko just did his job and took advantage of Maxime just being over aggressive in the game. So that's it from the FIDE Grand Prix tournament in Mallorca. That was the last round. So hope you liked that video. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you later.